Most hamster owners never see it coming. One day their hamster seems fine, eating, running, doing hamster things. And then suddenly they're not. And the owner looks back and thinks, were there signs? Was I missing something? The answer is almost always yes. There were signs. There are always signs. But hamsters are prey animals, hardwired by millions of years of evolution to hide weakness. In the wild, a hamster that looks sick is a hamster that gets eaten. So they mask it. They push through. They act normal until they physically cannot anymore. By the time most owners notice something is wrong, the window to act is already closing. Today we're covering 7 silent signs that your hamster is in serious trouble. Signs that are easy to miss, easy to dismiss, and absolutely critical to catch early. A veterinarian specializing in exotic small mammals at the University of Edinburgh identified these as the most commonly overlooked indicators in hamster decline. Number 3 is the one she says owners almost universally miss until it's too late. And Number 1 changes how you look at your hamster every single day from this point forward. Stay with me through all 7. Your hamster's life may genuinely depend on it. Sign number 7. They're sleeping in a different spot than usual. This sounds minor. It sounds like nothing. But location shifts in a hamster's sleep pattern are one of the earliest detectable indicators of systemic illness, and almost no one pays attention to them. Healthy hamsters are creatures of deep routine. They sleep in the same spot, usually inside their house or deep in their burrow, day after day, week after week. When a hamster starts sleeping in an exposed location, pressed against the cage wall or flat on the surface of the bedding instead of burrowed underneath it, something has changed neurologically or physically. Researchers studying rodent illness behavior at Charles River Laboratories noted that location changes in sleeping patterns preceded visible symptoms of illness by an average of 4 to 7 days. 4 to 7 days. That's your early warning window. Most owners don't even register it as a warning at all. If your hamster has moved their sleeping spot without any change in their environment, no new cage setup, no new bedding location, start watching closely. Something is shifting. Sign number 6. Their coat looks different. A healthy hamster's fur is dense, smooth, and has a subtle natural sheen. You may not think about it consciously, but your eye knows what it looks like. When a hamster is declining, the coat is often the first visible signal. The fur becomes rough, dull, or puffed outward rather than lying flat. Some hamsters develop patches of thinning fur. Others show a rough texture at the spine or hindquarters specifically. All of these indicate that the body is redirecting resources away from non-essential maintenance, like coat quality, toward core survival systems. This is called the sickness behavior cascade, and it follows a predictable sequence in small mammals. Coat degradation is early. By the time the coat looks visibly bad, internal changes have already been underway for days or weeks. Touch your hamster's back gently when you handle them. You'll feel the difference before you fully see it. Sign number 5, they've stopped grooming or they're grooming compulsively. Both extremes signal a problem, and both are easy to normalize. Hamsters groom constantly. It's one of the most frequent behaviors you'll see in an active healthy hamster. Washing their face with their paws, cleaning their belly, working through their fur. When grooming stops, it almost always indicates pain, extreme fatigue, or neurological disruption. On the other end, compulsive grooming, rubbing the same patch of fur repeatedly, over-grooming to the point of visible hair loss, indicates severe psychological stress, often caused by chronic pain the hamster is trying to soothe, or a skin condition that requires immediate veterinary attention. Normal grooming looks calm and varied, touching multiple body parts in sequence. Abnormal grooming looks either absent or obsessively focused. Once you know what to watch for, the difference is unmistakable. Sign number 4, their droppings have changed. Most owners never look at their hamster's droppings. This is a serious mistake. Hamster droppings are one of the most reliable real-time indicators of gastrointestinal and systemic health. Healthy droppings are small, firm, dark brown, and consistently shaped. Changes in color, consistency, size, or frequency can indicate anything from dietary stress to parasitic infection to wet tail, the bacterial condition responsible for a significant portion of hamster deaths, particularly in young animals. Wet tail, Technically proliferative ileitis, is caused by Lawsonia intracellularis bacteria and progresses extraordinarily fast. A hamster can go from showing early digestive signs to critical decline within 48 hours. The early sign is soft or watery droppings before any visible wetness appears at the tail. If you catch wet tail at the loose stool stage, veterinary intervention with antibiotics has a meaningful success rate. If you catch it at the wet tail stage, the prognosis drops dramatically. Check the bedding. Look at what your hamster is producing. It takes 10 seconds, and it could be the 10 seconds that saves their life. Sign number 3, they've stopped running on their wheel. This is the one the veterinarian at Edinburgh specifically flagged as the most universally missed sign. And when you understand the biology behind it, you'll never ignore a quiet wheel again. A healthy Syrian hamster runs between 3 and 8 miles every single night. Running is not recreational for them, it is physiologically compulsive, driven by deep neurological wiring. When a hamster stops running, or dramatically reduces wheel activity, it is because they physically cannot maintain their normal level. Pain, weakness, respiratory difficulty, cardiac stress, any of these will show up in wheel activity before they show up anywhere visible. The problem is that most owners only observe their hamsters during the day, when they're sleeping. They don't track overnight wheel behavior. They have no baseline. So when the wheel goes quiet, they don't know whether quiet is new or normal. If your setup allows it, a simple silent wheel with a small piece of tape on one spoke will tell you whether the wheel has moved overnight. If you go 2 or 3 consecutive nights with no movement, something is wrong. Get them to a vet. Sign number 2, they're losing weight, but you can't see it. Visual weight loss in hamsters is genuinely hard to detect. Their fur masks it. Their compact body shape masks it. By the time a hamster looks visibly smaller, they've often already lost 15 to 20% of their body weight, which in an animal that weighs 120 to 180 grams is a critical amount. The only reliable way to track this is to weigh your hamster regularly. A small kitchen scale. Once a week, same time of day, same conditions. Write it down. A consistent downward trend of even 2 to 3 grams per week, sustained over 3 or 4 weeks, is a medical signal. Weight loss in hamsters is caused by a wide range of conditions: dental problems preventing proper eating, gastrointestinal issues, tumors, organ failure. The specific cause matters less at this stage than the act of catching it early enough to investigate. Regular weighing is the single highest information habit you can build as a hamster owner. If you've been watching this and thinking about subscribing, this is the kind of content we make here every week. The science your hamster needs, explained in a way that actually changes what you do. Subscribe now if you want to keep learning. Sign number 1, their eyes have changed. A hamster's eyes tell you almost everything, if you know how to look. Healthy hamster eyes are round, fully open, bright, and moist-looking with a natural subtle sheen. They respond to light and movement with quick tracking. The area around the eye is clean and dry. When a hamster is in decline, the eyes change in specific ways. They become partially closed, giving a squinting or heavy-lidded appearance. They lose their brightness and take on a dull, sunken quality. Discharge may appear at the inner corner. The eye may look slightly recessed. These changes are caused by dehydration, pain response, elevated cortisol, and in some cases direct neurological deterioration. The eye change often happens gradually, so gradually that an owner who sees their hamster every day doesn't register the shift because each individual day looks almost the same as the last. Photographs are your solution. Take a close-up photo of your hamster's face every 2 weeks. Compare them. Across a month or 6 weeks, a decline that was invisible day-to-day becomes clearly visible in a side-by-side comparison. Bright eyes mean a hamster that is present, engaged, and physiologically stable. Dull, squinting, or sunken eyes mean something is wrong. Trust what you see. 7 signs. A sleeping location shift. Coat changes. Grooming extremes. Dropping changes. A quiet wheel. Hidden weight loss. And the eyes. None of these individually mean certain death. Caught early, most of the conditions behind these signs are treatable. Dental issues can be addressed. Infections can be treated. Nutritional deficiencies can be corrected. Even serious conditions like wet tail have survivable outcomes when intervention happens in the first 24 hours. The hamsters that don't make it are almost always the ones whose owners didn't know what to look for until it was too late. You know now. You've just given your hamster something most hamsters never get, an owner who will actually see them before the window closes. Watch them closely tonight. Look at their eyes. Check their wheel in the morning. Weigh them this week. They can't ask you for help. But they don't need to anymore.